Yo, welcome into another live edition of Saints Now by Chat Sports. As always, my name is Trace Girouard, your host for Saints Now. As always, thank you so much for tuning into today's program, no matter where you are or how you're watching. We always greatly appreciate the Who Dat Nation and for making us a part of their day. And Wednesdays, we go live every single afternoon, or every single Wednesday afternoon, I should say. So be sure to subscribe, turn on your notifications. That way you do not miss any of the action. But really quick, I got to get down in the comments section, and I want you to sound off with what you would do. Should the Saints cut or keep Derek Carr? Give me a C for cut. Give me a K for keep in the comments section. If you are unable to comment, that's because you're not subscribed. So I encourage you, hit the sub button, refresh the channel, and then you're good to go. And you'll be able to comment all day long. So we got T rocking from Tampa, Gulfport, Mississippi from Jerry, Evan saying cut, Jerry G saying cut, Jason says cut. Vincent's the only one saying keep. Jolly B cut, Ray cut, T cut, Queen Courtney cut, Jartavius cut. Wow, a lot of people want to cut Derek Carr, producer Coop. Jolly B said cut. Who Dat Nation said cut. Althea says keep. Damon says cut. Who Dat Nation cut. Hi, fellow Saints fans from Louisiana. Cut Carr from Hayden Black. Keep if we want to draft a quarterback from Jolly B. Cut from Robert. L.A. Chucky says cut. Outgoing says cut. Buck says cut. Randy says keep. Warrior says cut. So it feels like it's pretty heavily leaning towards the cuts.
Spencer Rattler, franchise quarterback.
Either Spencer Rattler or Arch Manning. One of the two. One of the two. It's got to be one of the two.
Those are the only two options.
Name any great Fresno State quarterback.
David Carr.
David Carr. That's a good one.
Derek Carr.
I don't know about that one. Just messing around. Having a good time. Having some fun here on the channel. We go live every single Wednesday. We go live every game day. And then, of course, anytime there's big breaking news or anything, we go live as well. So right now in the audience build-up portion of the show, we're going to let the audience get the push notification, hop into the show. So if you wouldn't mind helping us out by hitting the thumbs up icon, liking today's video. And if you guys want to get some tickets to a future Saints game or to college football games, there's playoff games, there's bowl games, there's all sorts of stuff happening, not just in Louisiana, not just in the Gulf Coast region, but all over the country. And you can get $20 off your first purchase if you download the Gametime app and you use code CHATSPORTS. That's CHATSPORTS. Chat Sports. You get $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply, but download Gametime today. Check out Gametime Picks. They filter out the fluff to show you only seats that you're interested in, and they're all incredible deals. So don't waste your time searching through thousands of tickets that you know you're never going to get anyway. So download Gametime, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply, but that's code CHATSPORTS. One more shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring today's show. PrizePicks is daily fantasy sports made easy, and if you haven't gotten started with PrizePicks, what the hell are you doing? PrizePicks is a way to turn your ball knowledge into some cold, hard cash. And you can download the PrizePicks app today. Use code CLNS, and you'll get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks not only has helped me enhance my ball knowledge, but also, y'all know my girlfriend Maddie, she's also gotten involved with PrizePicks. And what we like to do is anytime we have some winnings during the week, we put that to date night during the weekend. So it's a fun little game that we like to do every single week. And here are the projections I'm rolling with this week. So for Sunday, December 15th, shout out my birthday, by the way. Alvin Kamara, I'm going with more on his rushing and receiving yards. Has an 100-yard total day. Life is easy. Jaden Daniels, I think he's going to find the end zone once on the ground. And then Patrick Mahomes, that's a free square right there. Half a passing yard. That's called free money. So download PrizePicks, use code CLNS, and get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, run your game. So I just mentioned it. December 15th is my birthday. I will be turning...
It is my birthday.
It is my birthday on December 15th. So Trace is turning... How old? How old do you think I'm turning? How old do you think old Trizzy is?
I'm 97% sure I know.
You are?
97.
See, I'm
between two.
You're between two. See, every time I asked this question last year, they were like, "Oh, you're turning 30. You're turning."
Asia said 30.
Yeah, there they are, 30s. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I'm not turning 30.
Triz is not turning 30.
I'm not turning 30. Not yet. I'm not wise enough. They told me that you can't turn 30 until you're a little bit wiser. So naturally. Saints fan going 26. Jason says 27. Nito says W for ZB Day 28. Evan says trust. Dylan 28. Hayden 21. If I was turning 21, man.
Movie.
The first 21 years of my life were a movie, dude. We've been having a lot of fun. Asia Robertson is saying, was that Smitty? No, that's the legend producer Coop. December 13th, Jason Hampel turning 21. Well, happy early birthday, Jason. Beers on me. Here, cheers, fist bump. I don't have a beer with me, but cheers to you, brother. We can call that a first cheer for you. 21, 25, 26, 28, 26, 24. All right, I am going to tell you, I am turning the ripe young age. The Deuce McAllister number 26, baby.
That's my guess. All right, let's go.
26 years old here on Sunday. And what we're going to be doing on Sunday is we're going to be having a lot of fun during our watch party. We're going to be going live an hour before kickoff for our standard pregame show, tailgate, all that fun stuff, but it's going to be a little bit of a twist. We're celebrating. We're throwing down. So we're going to be throwing down a lot of beverages. We're going to be having a lot of fun. To be totally honest, by the time we get to the fourth quarter, it might be a little tough. So yeah, we might be digging deep there, Coop. That might be a little hard. But yeah, I will be turning 26 years old. So I cannot wait to celebrate with you. I can't wait to have you guys be a part of my birthday. You know, I had the opportunity to be off. I said no. I want to come in. I want to talk Saints football. I want to hang out with all of my friends, my golden gang right here, and I want to hang out. Ryan saying you're a young buck. Hey, young buck, but you know, we still move, baby. We still moving. Nito saying 26 equals 2 6-packs. Nito, I guess I have no choice, Coop, but on December 15th to crush 2 6-packs for turning 26.
Yeah, I mean, that's the law.
My hands are tied here. My hands are literally tied.
You don't have a choice.
What do you want me to do? Like, I'm just a man, for God's sake. But if you guys are going to be hanging out and you're going to be rocking and rolling and joining my birthday party, this is your formal invitation. So like the video if you're going to be there, and then comment me if you want a shout out that you will be there. I'm just going to show some love. We're going to hang out, wait for producer Tex to finish up his responsibilities. We're just going to hang out, have a good old time.
He just put it in Slack, so he should be here soon.
Perfect. Producer Tex starting here soon. We'll get going here in a moment. Adana will be at my birthday. I love to see it. 20 people? Only 20 people are coming to hang out?
That's
Come on.
BS.
I could have had the day off. For the record, the boss has said, Trizzy, you work too damn hard. Trizzy, you deserve a day off. And I said, psh.
There's content.
There's context here. Absolutely not. There's content to make. There's things to do. There's fun to be had. There's drinks to pour. There's shots to throw back. Come on. And I'm not like, why would I want to hang out with a bunch of random people? Some of them root for the Falcons. Some of them root for the Cowboys. I want to hang out with the Saints
People
fans.
root for the Falcons?
I mean, there's like 6 of them out there.
Ew.
There's like all 6 of those people, you know. I'm pretty sure the Falcons fans and the Rams and Chargers fans are all hanging out. You know, all 15,
all 5 of them?
All 15 collectively of them. You know, they're
What
all
a
just
joke.
hanging out.
Jerry G brought up a great point. Bill Belichick, officially the head coach of North Carolina.
Okay, what do y'all think about that? Like, Coop, what do you think about Belichick in North Carolina?
It is crazy that he actually took that job and is going to the college ranks. Like, I never could even imagine that he would take a step down into college.
Dare I say it's a little bit more wild, and a little bit more exciting than Belichick going to a new NFL team?
Oh, yeah. I think
that's
so, too.
That's going to be nuts, dude.
He's going to run this North Carolina program like an NFL program.
Yeah.
And it will be wild. I wonder how long he stays. I wonder if it works. Like, I'm fascinated to see everything about this.
Yeah, Bill Belichick, it is official pen to paper. He is the next head coach for the North Carolina Tar Heels football program. Traditionally a basketball school.
They are.
They might now be a football school.
The last few years, though, they've been pretty decent in football.
Yeah, no, they've been building something good.
They've had, Sam Howell and Drake May. Yep, exactly. So it'll be fascinating to see.
It's not like he's going into a place that has zero football credibility whatsoever. He's going into a program that has a couple first-round draft picks, that has
the man, the myth, the legend,
who are quality players, that is in a conference in the ACC that, quite frankly, it's a winnable conference.
Oh,
the fact that Clemson's played in the ACC championship is ridiculous.
Me and intern Nick Roloff were looking at the UNC schedule we were looking at the UNC schedule earlier. They could go 10-2 next year.
Yeah. They could win 10 games, no problem, no doubt about it. Nito saying Loomis passed on Bill Belichick. No. Bill Belichick was never even interviewed. He never got brought in.
You good?
Never had it. None of that ever happened. I need LSU in the playoff next year from Hayden. You can bash Loomis all you want, but it's official. Yeah, no, you can say what you want about Mickey Loomis, but he did not ever have the opportunity to interview Bill Belichick because he never brought him in. So, I mean, I guess you could technically say it had an opportunity, but the interview never happened. Saints Prod saying happy birthday. I appreciate it. Sunday, I'm turning the great age of 26 years old. I cannot wait to celebrate with you guys. We're going to have a lot of fun. So if you guys don't mind hitting that thumbs up icon, let me know if you're going to be there. This is the way you RSVP, by letting me know you're going to be there. Hit the thumbs up icon. I only see 28. Can we get 40 people to join my party? Can 40 people come to my birthday party? That would make my day a lot better. And quite frankly, you know what? I'm a giver. I'm a guy who's a very selfless human being. But on, that's 364 days a year. On day 365 on my birthday, I'm going to be a little bit of a greedy son of a bitch. God forbid. I want 40 damn likes. I want 40 of my friends at my birthday party. I need 9 more. I need 9 more of you to RSVP yes by hitting that thumbs up icon and liking right now. Jerry says, Trace, I heard your reaction Sunday from the Brian Brzee block. Yeah, dude, that was I'm going to tweet it out later. It was pretty electric. Sign Justin Fields from Robert. Robert, you're going to love his first segment, to be totally honest, because this is actually that's what we're talking about, is signing Justin Fields. Crazy concept, I know. No, you're good. You're good. On the way in, too, if you want to, but don't feel like you have to. Yeah, cool. Happy birthday in advance from Fresno Saint. I appreciate it. Braylon Jackson. What is up, Braylon the mod? How are you doing, my friend? Thank you for joining us. I'll tell you, on Wednesdays, we don't really have a bot issue, so Braylon, just kick your feet up, sit back, relax, cross your arms, pour a beverage if you're over the age of 21. If not, go get yourself a nice Dr. Pepper or something and hang out and enjoy the show, my friend. You've earned it. You've earned it. Everyone also clap it up for Braylon because he did a hell of a job of being our moderator last weekend. So he is officially going to be our moderator again this week for game day. So shout out to Braylon. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much, my friend, for helping me out and making my life so much easier. And also, thank you for just being a part of the fun. Thank you for being a part of the squad. I want to make you guys a part of my show. So, Braylon, it's the least that I could do is have you be my moderator because you absolutely crushed it, man. You absolutely killed it. Let's get this man a win for his birthday. General Winfield Smokey, I'm with you, brother. I am with you. Braylon from Carolyn, Carolyn's waving at you. All righty, we're at 43 likes. Producer Tex, whenever I take a quick sip, as they say in the industry, got to lather the pipes, if you will. Braylon saying like and sub up, guys. Listen to Braylon. I'm telling you, Braylon is a guy who not only knows ball, but he knows how to be one hell of a moderator. If you don't listen to Braylon, you're not listening to me because Braylon is one of my best friends. And I'll tell you what, if you don't listen to Braylon, GTFO, my live chat. Braylon's my guy, all right? The prize this week, we can actually show that. We can show that. Tex, there are some photos. And one of them I have not made, but I have photos for MVPs, okay? It's the hoodie and the polo. So this week, the first thing I want to say, our raffle is going to be an Alvin Kamara Funko Pop figure because I think that he's going to be able to cross over that 1,000-yard mark for the first time in his career as a rusher. So we're going to give away an Alvin Kamara Funko Pop on the day of his of crossing over that milestone. The MVP, the person who sends in the largest donation, you're getting a customized Saints Now hoodie or a Saints Now polo. Up to your choice. It's whatever you want. We'll get your size and all that kind of stuff. But whoever is the MVP, you will be getting these items. One of those items. You don't get both. You get one or the other. A hoodie or a polo. It's totally up to you, but that's going to be the MVP item. The raffle item is going to be an Alvin Kamara Funko Pop figure. If you don't know what those are, it's like a little Minecraft-looking guy. They're actually really cool, in my opinion. I think they're really dope. I have a couple Funko Pops of some Saints players that I really like. So we're going to be giving those out. I had an itch on my foot. Sorry, y'all. But, yeah, so Super Chat MVP. You get a Saints Now polo or a Saints Now hoodie. Fun fact, there are 0 Saints Now hoodies in circulation out there. So I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a pretty cool little prize. Trying to have some more fun, give you guys more channel-specific merchandise and all that kind of stuff, because you can't get this anywhere else except for on the live show. So that is the prize for this week. We're going to be giving away a hoodie or a polo, and then the raffle item, which anyone can try and win, is going to be a Alvin Kamara Funko Pop figure. Texter? All righty. We're going to get started. First segment. Who said it? Somebody said Justin Fields. Sign Justin Fields. Who said sign Justin Fields? I can't find it. But, there it is. Sign Justin Fields. Braylon Loop. We're going to be talking about that this entire video, actually. Gino, yes, that did just happen. Jerry, I hope you're having a wonderful day, brother. It's going to be a good time. How has your birthday been? I hope you're having a good one. General Winfield Smokey, I appreciate that. My birthday's actually on Sunday, but I am having a great day. I hope you are having a great day as well. Skibbity Charles, what's good? Let's get it. Let's talk about it. Saints, should they sign Justin Fields? All right, let's chop it up, Saints fans. I'm kind of already in off-season mode just because, quite frankly, this season feels pretty much over. Of course, the New Orleans Saints still have a 1% chance of making the playoffs, but we all know that that's not going to happen. So in today's video, let's talk about quarterbacks. Because I think that there's a really interesting idea and a really good an option in Justin Fields, because he will be a free agent and arguably the top free agent this upcoming free agency class. So when it comes down to it, if you had to pick between Justin Fields or Derek Carr, which one of these two would you prefer to be your starting quarterback? Give me a JF for Justin Fields. Give me a DC for Derek Carr. And make sure you get down in the comments section, because I want to hear what you have to say, Who Dat Nation. I know you're a lot smarter than all those dumb Falcons fans, those dumb Panthers and Bucks fans. I don't care what they have to say. I want to hear what you have to say, Who Dat Nation. So sound off and share your thoughts. Now, really quick, I want to add this note around Derek Carr. It's important to discuss because as of right now, when it comes to Derek Carr's status and playing the rest of the season, right now it's week to week. Darren Rizzi, he is saying no surgery required. They're not placing him on IR. None of that's an option here. So if Derek Carr cannot pass a physical by March 17th, $30 million will become guaranteed in 2025. That it triggers a $30 million cap hit right then and there if he cannot pass a physical by mid-March. And why is that important for this discussion today? Well, to be totally honest, you could also go the option of cutting it. Like, if you have that option and maybe you have to keep him around, so if he's hurt, then yeah, he's going to more than likely be around. But you could also cut Derek Carr if everything's healthy, everything's good to go, and save about $30 million. So I think that is an option the Saints should explore. I think that that's something that they should at least acknowledge. And I'm not saying that that's the best move for the Saints, but I think that it's something to at least think about and to at least play out in their minds and have the hypothetical game. So let's talk about Justin Fields to New Orleans, because if you ask me, like, the Steelers traded for Justin Fields. They also brought in Russell Wilson as well in the same offseason. We talk about an upgrade going from Kenny Pickett to Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. Just hilarious for the record. But they have favored Russell Wilson in Pittsburgh. And Justin Fields has only had 9 games played this season. And I think that you could actually get Fields on like a 1-year prove-it deal. Nothing that's disrespectful to him and his talents, but something that's a little bit more team-friendly. And I'm not going to throw a number out there, but I think that you could give Justin Fields a respectable contract that also is not going to break the bank and set the New Orleans Saints back for a bunch of years. And one of my favorite things about him is the dual threat ability of Justin Fields, and I think that's something that this Saints offense is missing. If we had a more mobile quarterback, if we had a guy who could take off and run whenever it hits the fan, I think that is an option that the Saints should consider. Doesn't matter the name, doesn't matter the player. It's something to at least look at. And with Justin Fields, he is a talented football player. 65.8 completion percentage. Like I said, 9 games played for Pittsburgh this year. Over 1,100 yards, 5 touchdowns to 1 interception. But again, the rushing ability is one thing that I really, really like. 61 carries, 281 yards on the ground, and he's found the end zone 5 times on the ground. So I'm counting a total of 10 touchdowns, 1 interception, and 1,308, almost 1,400 yards from Justin Fields. And to be totally honest, I think that is something to think about. Another thing to think about, Hasn't played in a while, but producer text. I'm having a hard time remembering. What's our wide receiver one's name? Chris Olave. Oh, that's right, Chris Olave. The Olave Garden, if you will. They were really good together. Just calling a spade here. These two were absolutely dynamic together. They were electric. They were phenomenal. And over the course of 2 seasons, in 2019 and in 2020, the combined stats of Chris Olave's number when Justin Fields was the quarterback, 99 receptions, over 1,500 yards, almost 20 touchdowns, and damn near 16 yards per catch. He averaged over 75 yards per game. I mean, that right there alone is something to at least say, if we want to keep, or to at least consider, when you say, as the Saints front office, we have Chris Olave. I like what he can do. I want him to be a part of our team for the foreseeable future. Why not go and get his college quarterback that was absolutely phenomenal with him? And it's not like there's any sort of like bad ill will. None of that. Actually, Chris Olave speaks very highly of Justin Fields. And this goes back to May in 2022, the draft process, or not with draft process, but this goes back to May 2022, whenever Chris Olave hopped on a podcast, is what I meant to say. And he was discussing Justin Fields. He said he's going to be good. He's one of the hardest workers I know. He is going to find a way. He is going to find a way to win games and do what he does. He is fast. You can always rely on him. He's a great leader. He needs everything you want in a quarterback. He has it all. And if you go back and remember what Chris Olave said about the Saints offense a handful of months ago, whenever people were asked, clips were taken out of context. And it was, this offense could be a lot more explosive. It could be a lot better. It's going to be a high-flying offense with Derek Carr and Kubiak. And kind of just laughed it off. It's like, I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Again, clip taken out of context, but he's pretty quick to show some love to Justin Fields. And again, I'm not going off of 2022 being the end-all, be-all, and we should look in the past to build the future. But this is clearly a connection that exists. It's clearly a connection that's real. So if you want to cater to your offense, I think that Justin Fields would be a really good option. Plus, think about him in the Kubiak offense. So coming up, let's talk more about the Saints and Justin Fields. We're going to talk about more of my opinions. We're going to talk about more why I think this could work, why it may or may not fail, and why it may or may not even happen. But before we do, don't go anywhere because I have to tell you guys about PrizePicks, today's presenting sponsor and one of my favorite apps out there. It's daily fantasy sports made easy, and PrizePicks is the best place to get real money sports action. And you can now win up to 100 times your money on PrizePicks with as little as 4 correct picks. You can sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5 using code CLNS. And if you want to get started, you can check out my lineup for some inspiration. I'm going with this free pick from Patrick Mahomes, I'm taking his free pick because I think that he's going to be obviously getting more than 1 yard. But for a shot to win up to 200 times your cash, you can also use code CLNS. $50 instantly when you play $5. You have a shot at up to 200 times your cash. You heard me. It used to be 100. Now it's 200, baby. So you can get started. PrizePicks.com/CLNS or download the PrizePicks app and use code CLNS. Check out PickMix. They have all sorts of cool deals. They have all sorts of cool promos within that, and that's how you can win 200 times your money. So get started with PrizePicks. All sorts of cool deals, all sorts of fun stuff. Shout out to PrizePicks. Run your game. All right, so I want to talk about Jake Haener and Spencer Rattler because I think it's important to give them their due diligence, and it's important to give them their credit here. I do think that they both deserve a fair evaluation. And I don't think that Spencer Rattler's 3 weeks starting in weeks 6 through 8 was a fair evaluation. I don't think Jake Haener's time filling in as a backup for injuries or for a struggling Spencer Rattler, I don't think it's a fair evaluation. I think the best opportunity to get as fair of an evaluation right now is to have Jake Haener and Spencer Rattler start these last 4 games. And you can look at the production that both of these guys have put up. Rattler obviously has more yards, he has more touchdowns, and a lower passer rating. However, he was more accurate with the football. And, Haener didn't throw that many passes. Rattler's thrown just about 100, I think 99 exactly. But at the end of the day, it's still a rookie quarterback in a bad situation. I just don't think it's a fair evaluation to say Spencer Rattler is the worst thing to ever happen to the Saints football. I don't think it's fair to say that about Jake Haener either. Do I favor one or the other? Sure, depends on the day, but you can also get a lot of knowledge and you can learn a lot about these players and about your offense over these next 4 games. And when it comes down to it, the Saints have the opportunity to really see what they have in Jake Haener, in Spencer Rattler, against not the best opponents. I'll give you credit. The Washington Commanders and the Green Bay Packers, those are quality football teams. Those are going to be tough ones. But, I mean, when you look at the remaining schedule, I also think that the Raiders is a really good option to see, all right, who can really just ball out? Who's going to go crazy? Who's going to have some fun? Who's going to score some points? Who's going to light up the offense? That's a really good opportunity. For the Commanders game, who's going to go ahead and make something happen? Who's going to make this one tough? Who is going to make this game where the Saints are not expected to win? Who's going to give us the opportunity to win? It's a good thing to find. It's a good option and a good evaluation to make. Week 18, they actually travel to the Buccaneers. It's a typo on my end. Sorry, y'all. I think, again, the Buccaneers, sure, they're a fine football team. They technically are the division leaders right now. I don't think the Bucs are that special. I just don't. I don't think any of the NFC South teams are all that special. So these next 4 games, really, really good opportunity for for both of these young quarterbacks to get some quality run, get some quality reps against good teams, a good pass rush, calling a spade here. Max Crosby, Christian Wilkins, that's a good defensive line for Las Vegas. The Bucs, they are a divisional opponent. You're going to have to play them twice, so you might as well see how they played against your division. I just think this is a really good chance and a really good opportunity for the Saints. I don't want to see them waste these next 4 weeks. And if they win, awesome. They lose, oh well. We weren't going to make the playoffs anyway. And when it comes down to each player specifically, I would really like to see Jake Haener get at least 2 starts. I think that the absolute biggest disservice you could do is throw him out there for 1 game, say he wasn't good enough, and then throw him to the Wolves. And just not throw him to the Wolves, just move on and let Spencer Rattler go out there. I think that's just not fair to Jake Haener. He is a tough son of a gun. He has been around. He's learned the playbook. He's filled in nicely when he needed to, and I'm not saying he's been anything amazing. He hasn't really had to do all that much, but he was the one quarterback who scored on Thursday Night Football against the Broncos. Something to think about. And I also just want to say something about Spencer Rattler, too. Like I said earlier, I don't think it's fair to sit here and say that he's terrible and he sucks and you want nothing to do with him. If you're doing that, you're just a hater. You're a pessimistic fan. And I'm sorry to be that guy, but if it upsets you, I'm talking about you. And I don't mean to offend you, but get over it. You know, it's a rookie quarterback that played in a really decimated team with virtually no help in weapons, a decimated offensive line that had to be basically reconstructed by the practice squad. So I'm not going to sit here and say that he was anything amazing, because he wasn't. But it was a bad situation. He got dealt a terrible hand. And so for Spencer Rattler, I would like to see him start at least one of those games, because I want to see if he learned anything from weeks 6 through 8. He talked with Nick Underhill. He said that there's been some things he's learned. He says that he's still practicing. He's still absorbing things. He's working through stuff. And I think that that's the right mindset to have for Spencer Rattler specifically. But I do think that he should get, and he deserves the opportunity to show that he is not that player he was in weeks 6 through 8. That, again, if it upsets you, I'm sorry, I'm talking about you. I'm calling you out. If you hate Spencer Rattler and you don't like him, just call a spade. He's spade here. Be factual and just say you don't like him from that Netflix clip. People change. People grow up. Get over it. But let's just circle this back to Justin Fields, because I do think that Fields is a really, really good option. He has experience. He's mobile. He can run. He can throw. He's been tested. He played high-level football in college. He played, I would consider, a decent level of football in the NFL with the Chicago Bears. He's filled in decently for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I'm not saying that Justin Fields is going to be some Super Bowl winning quarterback, but it's an option. It's something to think about. It's something to look at, especially considering he has the history and he has the chemistry with your current wide receiver one. So just something to think about, something to monitor, something to just, pick your brain out a little bit. So just wanted to hop on the mic, talk about Justin Fields. I've seen some people in the comment section talking about it. We're filming this as a part of our weekly live show, and I see people in the comments saying, oh, my God, I would love Justin Fields to be our quarterback. So, just wanted to hop on and share my 2 cents. Now, before we hop on out of here, before we get out of the studio, I need your help, Saints fans. In December of 2023, we picked up over 1,300 subscribers. And in December 2024. We're off to a slower start, so I'm going to need your help, Saints fans. Hit the sub button. Let's beat this 2023 number because I'm a guy who's a competitive person by nature. I am also a person who wants to improve, and I'm also somebody who wants to impress my bosses. So if you want to help me impress my bosses, hit the sub button. And if you need a reason to subscribe, I got 5. I got 5 on it. We have daily Saints videos, multiple videos a week. Some days we have multiple videos a day. It's pretty dope. We also go live twice a week. Once on Wednesdays, once in the afternoon around 4:30 Central Time, and then once on game days, and we have a lot of fun. And then on top of that, if there's any breaking news, any major stories, we go live for that as well. We also provide interactive and informative content for you Saints fans. That way you can talk back to us. You can have a conversation with us. We don't want it to be a podcast where we're talking at you. We want this to be a show where we're talking with you. It's chat sports for a reason. It's not Trizzy sports. It's chat sports. And then we make free videos about We make free videos about the Saints in major networks like ESPN, CBS, Fox. They just don't talk about the Saints. Pat McAfee cannot tell you the last time they talked about the Saints outside of bringing Darren Rizzi on the show. Just, calling a fact, calling how I see it. The Saints Now by Chat Sports. We are one of the best channels on YouTube. There's a lot of great options out there, but I take a lot of pride in what we do here. So if you need a reason to subscribe, here's 5 of them. And if you need another one, you know what? Just get in the comments section, and I'll tell you why. All righty, Who Dat Nation. We're going to have some fun. We got another segment coming at you. Ryan says, Haener is good with timing routes and quick release. Rattler is mobile and can improvise. Ryan knows ball. Nito. Roger Goodell. A Class A hater against the Saints. Facts. Shut up. Not you. Siri was talking to me. All right. Let's see here. What's the comments? These are all winnable games if we have good head coaching. Everyone wasn't injured. Joey, I'm with you. I still think that these are not necessarily losable games. I think you can go win some of these. That's not. I moved game time. Can you? Is it on read only? Let's say because I moved it. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, you're good. Braylon asking, do I think we can win against the Commanders? Absolutely. I think you can. It'll be tough, but I think we can. Will they? Probably not, but I think they can. I think that Vegas making us a 7-point line. It's kind of, I get it, but I do think that this is a little bit of a game that, Darren Rizzi's hot. We don't know who the quarterback is. It's going to be kind of hard to game plan for either one of them if you're the Washington defense. So, something to think about. We're going to talk another quarterback here. So Sammy Dimes is what we're talking about. So we talked Justin Fields. What about Sam Darnold? Derek just tweeted, see you guys tomorrow. I will be practicing for Sunday. Rizzi said he would be practicing. He tweeted too. What are you talking about? I did not see that. Oh, fun fact, LSU fans out there, Garrett Nussmeier will return for his senior season to LSU. Chris Olave traveled with the team to New York and has been around the team at practice and has been in meetings as well. He's trying to get back in the swing of things, Rizzi said, as they figure out whether or not he'll return this season. So the update is there's not an update, but he's been around. He's been present. He's, he's going through the process of getting healthy and recovering and whatnot and going through concussion protocol. But, he also, it's not like he's guaranteed out for the season. Paul says, Sam Darnold, heck no, he's just Derek Carr 2.0. Well, Derek Carr doesn't have 3,000 yards like Sam Darnold does. Derek Carr's football team is not 10-2 like Sam Darnold's team is. So, just saying. I'm just saying. Would love to get Sam Darnold from Rick. All righty, let's talk about it. This is gonna ruffle some feathers. This is definitely gonna ruffle some feathers. All right. Make sure I have my. Yeah, I need to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure I'm not missing Cool. Let's run it. All righty, Saints fans. Let me take a quick sip of water. Do y'all remember when they tried to tell me Alvin Kamara was washed? He has the third most scrimmage yards this season. So I was told he was washed, and I told he was bad. He has more yards than Bijan Robinson, Jamar Chase, Jahmyr Gibbs, Josh Jacobs, James Conner, Aaron Jones, and Justin Jefferson. The only two people who have more yards than him are Derek Henry and Saquon Barkley. Yeah, I remember being told he was washed. All righty, let's talk about Sam Darnold, because this one is going to be definitely ruffling some feathers. All right, let's ruffle some feathers with this one. Should the New Orleans Saints bring in Sam Darnold? There's Patrick Seatman over at Vikings now calls him Sammy Dimes. Well, Bleacher Report actually listed the Saints as a destination for Sam Darnold, and I thought it was a pretty interesting idea. Calling Sam Darnold how I see it, he's played good football this year. He's played really good football this year. The Vikings are on pace to make the playoffs. They're on pace to win their division, possibly. They have to play against the Lions still, so, who knows. But that's a team that could win the NFC North. That's a team that will make the playoffs. That's a team that, quite frankly, you get into the postseason, they could do some damage and make some opposing fan bases cry themselves to sleep at night. So we'll have to see what happens with the Vikings. But should the Saints bring in Sam Darnold? I know you guys are going to get pissed off at me for even talking about it, so go ahead and flame me in the comments. But let's talk about Derek Carr specifically, because the Saints don't have to bring back Carr. They don't. They can actually cut Derek Carr as a post-June 1 designation and save $30 million. They have it as an option. They could cut him. I'm not saying it's the best option, but it is an option. So maybe that's the route that they go. But really quick, I'm going to dive into what Bleacher Report said. I'm going to dive into my whole take, my full opinions, and whether or not I'd actually bring in Sam Darnold. But really quick, I need you to help me out, Saints fans. I need you to share this video with as many fans as possible, whether you send it to social media, whether you send it to Cousin Terry, throw it in your fantasy football group text. I don't care what you do. Send this video out to as many people as you possibly can. Click the share icon, and if you want to get some love, you want to get a retweet, you want to, get a little interaction from me, click the X icon. Tag me on Twitter. It's Trace Girouard 48. That's my picture. Aren't I so cute? Standing at the dome, and that's so fun. And then all you have to do is click post. I will get the notification. I'll retweet you, and I'll show you some love for sharing the video. I really do appreciate you for helping us out. We're trying to get our channel out to more eyes and to more Saints fans, so that way we can become one of the largest viewed Saints shows across the internet. We're already up there, but I'd like to be number one. So help your boy out and share the show. All right, let's talk about it, because Sam Darnold, in my personal opinion, I think that he's actually earned himself a nice little paycheck this upcoming offseason. He will be a free agent, but I think that he is a player whoever he signs with next year might make a lot of money. And when it comes down to Sam Darnold, I would just make sure that with Darnold, he's able to continue to put up the production that he did this year. And when you see it, Sam Darnold is a player. Sam Darnold is a guy who has had some good numbers this season. Just under 70% completion percentage, 3,299 yards through the air, 28 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and a passer rating of over 108, which is really, really good if you ask me. And Sam Darnold, like I mentioned, he's a guy that has been really, really good. He had a career resurgence in Minnesota. He got passed around the league. He got drafted in the first round by the Jets, and he was a walking meme. He goes over to the 49ers. The Kyle Shanahan school of quarterbacks starts to kind of figure some things out. He comes in for Brock Purdy here and there, and now he's at the Kevin O'Connell College of being an elite quarterback, and he is playing some of the best football I've ever seen in his career, and arguably it is the best football in his career. Now, the big question is, will Sam Darnold leave Minnesota? Is Sam Darnold the guy who's going to go back to the Vikings, or is he going to leave? That's what it comes down to, because I think that the Vikings have the first dibs. Like, I do. I think that Sam Darnold, if he wanted to stay there, there's not really a big reason to stay. He's in a division that he's succeeding in. He has the best wide receiver in the league in Justin Jefferson. He has Jordan Addison as his wide receiver too. Aaron Jones is a quality running back. Kevin O'Connell, in my opinion, is the best head coach in the National Football League. That is not named Andy Reid. But the Vikings did draft J.J. McCarthy this past year. They brought Sam Darnold in more of in as an insurance policy, and he's turned out to be the best insurance policy you could possibly get. But J.J. was drafted 10th overall, and he tore his meniscus during the preseason, so he's been recovering and having surgeries throughout this regular season to get healthy and be able to play next year. So my big question, it's will he even leave Minnesota, but more importantly, will he even be available? Because the Vikings can go multiple different ways with this. They could just extend him and give him a new contract and say, yep, you're our guy. We want Sam Darnold. Sorry, JJ, he was good enough. Or they could let him walk. Or you could go franchise tag route, which, there's the pros and cons in terms of that. But I do think that Sam Darnold is a player who's a product of the environment he's in. I think that the Vikings are a phenomenal team right now. They have a great defense. Like, unbelievable defense. Their weapons are stellar. A good offensive line. A great head coach. That is the recipe, and that's all the makings for a great quarterback. Hell, if Derek Carr is up there, he'd probably be putting up damn good numbers too. But he's been injured with the Saints. Bad O-line that's been, not a bad O-line, but an injured O-line and weapons that are hurt. So, I just wanted to throw this idea out there. Where will Sam Darnold play next year? Will it be the Minnesota Vikings? Will it be the Saints? Or will it be some other QB-needed team like the Raiders or something? Let me know down in the comment section what you think. Predict the team for me, Who Dat Nation, because I want to hear what you guys have to say. And now we're going to talk about what Bleacher Report had to say about Sam Darnold to the Saints. We've talked about my takes. We've talked about my opinions. So now it's time to inform you with what the experts at Bleacher Report are saying. But really quick, I got to throw you guys an invite to my birthday watch party. Saints vs. Commanders. We're going to be having our watch party like we do every single week. But I wanted to hang out with you guys. I'm turning the ripe age of 26 years old. So if you want to come hang out, help me celebrate my birthday, hit the sub button. We're going live an hour before kickoff. I hope to see you guys there. Going to be giving away a lot of fun stuff. The MVP of our show is going to be getting either a Saints Now hoodie or a polo, whichever one they choose. We're also going to be giving away a cool little Alvin Kamara Funko Pop as a raffle item. So fun things are happening this week on the watch party. I hope to see you guys there. We're going to be throwing down some drinks, having a good time. But of course, as always, we're going to be doing our normal thing of the play-by-play, the pregame tailgate, all of that fun stuff. So hit the sub button, lock us in, and we'll see you guys kickoff on Sunday, 1 hour before kickoff, 11 a.m. Central Time, just to give you guys that information. And just to give you some more information, if you're like, Trizzy, I'd love to make your birthday party. However, I have to get a birthday gift myself for one of my homies. Or shoot, man, if you want to give me a birthday gift, you can go ahead and get me some tickets to the Saints Commanders game on the Gametime app. And Gametime is a phenomenal ticketing app, and it's the best ticketing app, and that's not by mistake. When you download the Gametime app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS, you'll get $20 off your first purchase. And Gametime has a feature called Gametime Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Gametime Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets that you know you're not going to buy anyway. So download the Gametime app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply, but once again, that's CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Download the Gametime app today. What time is it? It's game time! Alrighty, so here's what Bleacher Report had to say about Sam Darnold coming to the New Orleans Saints. The Saints, having fired Dennis Allen in November, will also have a new head coach this upcoming season. If the coach comes from the McVay or Shanahan coaching trees, Darnold could be the ideal quarterback target because of his skill set and proven production on O'Connell's offense. Darnold could also be the perfect fit if interim coach Darren Rizzi and the current staff remains in place. Offensive coordinator Klint Kubiak was the 49ers passing game coordinator under Kyle Shanahan last season when Darnold served as Brock Purdy's understudy. And Darnold is a player who I believe will thrive in Klint Kubiak's offense. He's really good at the big-time pros. He's tied for first and across the league. Big-time throw percentage, tied for first. His average depth of target, third. His adjusted completion percentage, fourth. Sam Darnold, according to the advanced metrics and according to the general stats, is a good football player. And with Klint Kubiak's offense, utilizing a lot of pre-snap motion, getting him out of the pocket, making him move, making him create plays. Like, I think, I'm not sitting here saying that he's a Josh Allen kind of player, but like, I think that you can use Sam Darnold a lot more effectively than you could use Derek Carr in that situation. And some people will say Derek Carr and Sam Darnold, they're one and the same. Sam Darnold just a Carr 2.0. Okay. Well, one of their teams is number 2 in the NFC. The other team is the number 10 overall pick in the draft right now. One of those teams has a high-flying offense. One of those teams does not. Doesn't always come down to the quarterback. I get that. But my point being, Sam Darnold has proven to be a good enough quarterback. And he had the skill set coming out of USC that a lot of people believed he could be a good quarterback. Do I think that he's the best option? No, probably not. But I do think that he is an option. I do think that he is a player that when you put him in Klint Kubiak's offense could be really talented. And I do think that the most likely outcome for the New Orleans Saints is the Derek Carr route. However, if the Saints want Sam Darnold, if they want to make it happen with the financials, they'll figure it out. Like, the money is the issue here. It's not, is he a good fit? It's not, could he be a quality quarterback? It's not, you guys can have your opinions. I see in the live chat, he's Andy Dalton Jr. Well, Andy Dalton played pretty damn good for the Saints. He had one of his best seasons under the Saints. Andy Dalton had this team almost in the playoffs. Andy Dalton had this team with more wins than the Saints right now, than Derek Carr did right now. So, there it is that. But if the Saints want Sam Darnold, they can go and get him. Like, the money is really where things are going to get tricky and get a little finicky. But if anyone can make the financials work out, it's the New Orleans Saints. And I do think the most likely outcome, I think the thing that will happen for the New Orleans Saints is that they're going to restructure Derek Carr. They're going to run it back with him next year, and he will be the quarterback in 2025. I don't think it's a bad option. I think it's honestly the most realistic, and dare I say it's the best option. Because, look, if Derek Carr isn't good enough, after that, you can move on from him. And then maybe go draft Arch Manning. Yeah, hook him. Producer text. Shout out to you, brother. Hook him. You go get Arch Manning and fulfill the prophecy. Bring the Manning back to Louisiana. I'm just saying. I think that would be a fine route to go. Sure, doesn't lead to more wins directly next year. My point being, I just don't see a world where Sam Darnold's a quarterback next year. I think the Vikings are going to franchise tag him and they're going to keep him around and wait until JJ is ready to roll. And then eventually they'll do something with him. Maybe they trade him at the deadline. Who knows? I don't know, but I don't think Sam Darnold's going to be the Saints quarterback. I do think he could be a good option. I just don't think that it's going to be the Saints. I don't think that's the route the Saints are going to go, is what I'm trying to say. So really quick, I just want to say thank you so much for watching a little bit longer of a video, but I appreciate you for tuning into the show. If you want, or if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and join the channel of over 39,000 members of our Golden Gang. Our Golden Gang is our group of members and people who watch that are subscribed. So if you want to join the Golden Gang, 39,000 subscribers, didn't happen by accident. You can also support the show by liking the video. It'll help you find our content in the future on your YouTube recommended page. And, of course, just get down in the comments section, share your thoughts. If you hate what I said, if you like what I said, if you just want to rip me for being the most handsome guy I've ever seen, I don't blame you. My girlfriend and my mom says the same thing. So get down in the comments section. Y'all stay golden, and we will see you next time. Booyah. That was my fault because I didn't change the name. Yeah, I didn't change the name. Or, well, even on the list 5 stat, I didn't change the name, so that's my fault. If you could, yeah, we'll cut it in post-prod or whatever. We're good. Yeah, I didn't even see. I didn't build that, so that's my fault. My bad. Yeah, for sure. Alrighty. Kyle says we go defensive tackle and edge in both first and second round. Then third round we go quarterback. Kyle, I hate that idea. I hate the idea of drafting a quarterback this year at all, to be totally honest. I hate it. I think that's a terrible idea. And it's not trying to be rude. This quarterback class is not inspiring. Like, if Quinn Ewers is there in the 5th, sure. Sure. Why not? But that means you're going to have to get rid of Haener or Rattler. So maybe that's up. Not really interested in Drew Aller. Let me put it this way. I'm not interested in these guys before round 5. If Drew Aller's there in round 5, fuck it. Why not? If Dylan Gabriel's there in round 5, fuck it. Why not? I don't care. But no, I'm not drafting a quarterback in rounds 1, 2, 3, or 4. It's just not happening. I think that Matty Holland says Jalen Milroe all the way. Matty, Jalen Milroe, quite literally, He might work at an AutoZone before he takes a snap in the National Football League. He might work at the local AutoZone in Tuscaloosa before he ever touches the NFL field. He's bad. He stinks. He couldn't even win with Nick Saban. He's bad. Yeah. Maddie, I would be down to sign Jalen Milroe if I was the Atlanta Falcons. Let me put it this way. He stinks. I love you, Maddie. We will never be owning a Jalen Milroe Saints jersey. You own a Jalen Milroe Alabama jersey. That in itself is a sin enough. That is punishable. Yeah, she's a Bama fan. The first ever Bama jersey she owned is a Jalen Milroe jersey. I'm like, you could have gone Derek Henry. You could have gone Mark Ingram. Could have gone Jalen Hurts. Could have gone Devontae Smith. Could have gone Mac frickin' Jones. Yeah, Jalen Milroe's not good. What is the lank? His little lank thing? Yeah. That's if you're most notable about Kirk Herbstreit saying your name wrong. You're saying not Kirk, you didn't say it, but saying your little motto wrong to try and say it cleanly. That's why you're most popular. Yeah, I'm good. Queen Courtney, Mac is trash too. Hey, I'd rather have Mac. Mac Jones won a frickin' natty. At least Mac Jones won a natty. Like, Jalen Milroe could never. Jalen Milroe couldn't even beat J.J. McCarthy. Jalen Milroe couldn't beat Vanderbilt. This is a regular thing that we get into. Because she's like, well, Alabama's better than Arkansas, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, we did not lose to Tennessee. We beat Tennessee. We also did not lose to Vanderbilt this year. We did not lose to Vanderbilt. Love you, Maddie. You just opened up the doors to the kitchen. I can't help what happens when the heat gets going. I'm sorry. Yeah, by the way, Marshawn Lattimore will be playing this week for the first time as a Commander. That's fitting that it's against the Saints. It is unfortunate, too, that we will not get to see Marshawn Lattimore get a pick on Derek Carr because that would have been fun. I genuinely think that Saints fans would have celebrated had he gotten a pick against Derek Carr. Marshawn Lattimore, I don't think he's gotten a pick this year. I don't think he had a pick this season. Let me look. Yes. Yeah, 0 interceptions this year for Marshawn Lattimore. Cressy. Bryson Daly, the quarterback from Army. Okay, Kyle, that one I'm down with. Give me Taysom Hill 2.0. Give me Taysom Hill 2.0. That is Taysom Jr. I am all in on that option. I am all in on getting the Army quarterback. That would be fun. He's a tough son of a bitch. He went to Army, so you're just never going to have a problem with him. You're just not. He's going to have good character. He's going to be a leader. He's going to be a tough guy. He's going to lay it on the line for the team. Like, yeah, anybody out of any of the military schools, if they're a good football player, sign me up. I'm all for it. NVS 2.0. You mean NVS 2.0? Torpy? I don't know what you're meaning. All righty. Last content of the day. And then I'm going to push the video out. And then I'm going to go home. Cool. All righty, Saints fans. Really quickly. What's on your offseason wish list? Let me know. Let me know what you think is on the offseason wish list. We're going to dive into it here in a second. I'm going to reset here. We're going to have some fun. And we're going to talk about it because I'm curious what you guys want this offseason. Let me give some shout-outs real quick. Nito says Army quarterback may have a commitment. Correct. There might be, I think the rule changed where like they may or may have to serve or something, or like they can't. I don't know. Point being, still don't care. It would be fun to have him. Trade Chase Young for some picks. Well, Reckless, you can't trade him because he's a free agent. So you cannot do that. And the trade deadline is passed, so you can't trade him right now if you wanted to. So unfortunately, that time to trade Chase Young has come and gone. There was chatter about it at the trade deadline. So to say that it wouldn't happen, no, it could have happened. It almost did. Or not almost did, but there's people asking about it. Just never did. All righty. Producer Tex, I'm going to give you a reset here. Take a sip of water. Christian Reyna, Jalen Milroe with the 10th pick. I could not be in less support of anything. I couldn't support a draft pick less, even if I tried. I don't know why everyone's so obsessed with drafting Jalen Milroe. He's bad. He's so bad. He didn't even make it to the college football playoff. Huh? Producer texting, thank God they're out of the playoff. I mean, I hate to be that guy, but I love my girlfriend. But no, it's nice to see Indiana and Boise State get in the playoff before Alabama, to be totally honest. SMU, it's nice to see them in it over Alabama. I mean, dude, if Bama wanted to be in the playoff, don't lose to frickin' Vanderbilt. It's not don't lose. Like it's pretty straightforward. Pretty easy. Like, and you know that you know that the committee is going to favor you. Like, all you have to do is just put up a fight. What up, Saints? Go. Cool, yeah. 1 second. Wait. Alrighty, gonna reset here. Gonna talk about it, and we're gonna get into the off-season wish list. In today's video, we're going to be breaking down my off-season wish list. A few things that I am begging, I'm praying, I'm on my knees pleading to Mickey Loomis to happen and do this offseason. Because there's a lot of changes that need to be made around this football team if we want to see us get back to the postseason. And really quick, I'm going to dive into all of that. Get in the comment section. But before we do, I'm inviting you to my birthday party. We're going to be going live on the channel on game day. We go live every single game day, but this week it's going to be a little bit more fun. It's going to be a little bit more special. I'm turning 26 on Sunday, so if you want to come and hang out, you want to help me celebrate my birthday and just want to have a good time, throw down some drinks and have some fun and watch some Saints football with some Saints fans, this is the channel to be. Subscribe today. We will be live an hour before kickoff, so I hope to see you guys there for our tailgate. Having a lot of fun. It's going to be a blast. I can't wait to see you there, Who Dat Nation. And without further ado, let's get into my off-season wish list. Numero uno on my offseason wish list. Things that I think the Saints need to change. Please, Mickey Loomis, get me a quality head coach. That's the first thing. That is the first thing that we have to do. It's number one on this list for a reason. Because that's the first thing the Saints need to do this offseason. I'm not saying don't take your time. I'm not saying don't try and make sure you make the right hire. But I am saying the first thing you need to do is figure out the head coaching situation. Who's going to lead this team? Who's going to be the guy? Who is going to be the one holding the clipboard? Who's going to be talking to media? I think there's a handful of good targets out there. Here's 5 that I really like. Darren Rizzi, I think that he's done a phenomenal job as the interim head coach. I think he continues to build on his resume. I think he continues to build on the things that he's done well, and he continues to build that locker room into a much more cohesive unit. Ben Johnson, very obvious reasons there. Aaron Glenn, the defensive coordinator in Detroit, a very obvious reason there. The Lions offense and Lions defense are amongst the top in the league. So, of course, I want to see a little bit of that action. Aaron Glenn notably did have some run with the New Orleans Saints before moving up to Detroit with Dan Campbell. Mike Vrabel, I think he could be an excellent option as well. He's a ship stabilizer if I've ever seen one. He might be the guy that could help get this Saints team and this Saints squad and lead it back into the right direction and to the point where we know and we can be good again for a handful of years. Joe Brady, I also like as an option, the offensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills. Questions are fair to say, well, is he so good because of Josh Allen? Is he so good because of that offense? I don't know. But I think that Joe Brady would be an interesting one to bring in for an interview. But, these are probably my top 4 in no particular order. Now, another thing. Please, Mickey Loomis. Please, please, please add me some wide receiver talent. I'm tired. Let me just say this. I do not mean any disrespect to any of the guys on the roster, but I'm tired of watching the practice squad go out and play. I just am. I mean, Chris Olave dealing with a concussion. Rashid Shaheed out for the season. Bub Means dealing with injuries. Cedric Wilson, come on. I'm tired of the backups getting all this run because of injuries. We don't have we have high-end talent, but we don't have a lot of depth. We don't have quality depth in the wide receiver group. And this is a problem that's been the case for the Saints for honestly a few years now. So let's talk about some draft targets. Here are 5 players. I don't have any order. I don't have any personal preference. I like any of these 5 guys on your screen right now. T-Mac is a phenomenal football player. He has the size profile that I want. Isaiah Bond, a little bit of a do-it-all guy, a very speedy player, had some good tape at Alabama, has good tape for the Longhorns. Luther Burden, a slot guy, but he can also line up on the outside. He is a just gadget, a weapon, if I've ever seen it. And then I also like Emeka Egbuka and Trey Harris. Trey Harris is a little bit more of a big-bodied guy, and I think that he could also fit the size profile of what the Saints are missing. But Emeka Egbuka, the Saints in Ohio State, that pipeline has always been strong, so why not run it back? And there are some players, some pretty notable names in free agency. T. Higgins. God, it would be nice to see him on the New Orleans Saints, wouldn't it? I mean, getting T. Higgins in the black and gold, that would feed families. Chris Godwin, Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Would he want to come to New Orleans? Probably not. Needless to say, he's a free agent, and maybe money talks. Amari Cooper, he got traded from the Browns to the Bills. He's been a good target for Josh Allen. He is still a good football player, and he's quietly a really good football player and a good wide receiver. DeAndre Hopkins, I totally honest don't see a world where the Chiefs are going to not let DeAndre Hopkins come back. Like, they're going to probably bring him back next year. He's been really good with Mahomes. And Stephon Diggs, he's a diva. There's a lot of extracurriculars that come with him, but you cannot doubt the talent that he has. F him for the Minneapolis Miracle, but look, if he can do that in the black and gold to another team, I'm all for it. Hell, that would be even fun if it was against the Vikings. And really quick, we got a lot more things that I need the Saints to do. On my wish list, I'm feeling like a kid talking to Santa, sitting on his lap, just telling him all the things that I want right now. It's extensive. It's a long list of things, but I would not be able to tell you what that list was if it weren't for our friends over at PrizePicks, today's presenting sponsor. You guys can get started at PrizePicks and get $50 instantly when you play $5. And PrizePicks, it's fully guaranteed. And here's the deal, Saints fans. Pickmas has begun. So Merry Pickmas to you. Merry Pickmas to you. Normally we say Merry Rizmas, but today it's Merry Pickmas. Because you can get up to 200 times your cash. Let me say that again. With Pickmas, there is a shot, and you have a shot to win up to 200 times your cash. And you can get started when you download the PrizePicks app and use code CLNS. You'll get $50 instantly when you play $5, just as a reminder on that deal. Here's an example of a PrizePicks lineup you can cook up. This is what I'm rolling with for this week. Maddie and I, we've been taking our winnings every single week and been using that on the weekends for our date night. So sometimes we go and ball out and get some sushi. Other times we're ordering a Little Caesars pizza, eating some leftovers, and watching a movie on Netflix. So sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But and at least in my book, and at least in my experience. However, maybe you're a lot smarter than I am. Maybe you have a lot more ball knowledge, and if you do, you can turn that ball knowledge into some cold, hard cash. So download the PrizePicks app today. Use code CLNS. You'll get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. You don't even need to win to receive the bonus. It's guaranteed. So shout out to PrizePicks. Run your game. All right, now this is an obvious one. Pretty straightforward. You guys could have seen this one coming. I got to see the cap space get cleared up. And, that requires a hard conversation. That requires tough evaluations and tough discussions around some good people and some good players. Right now, as it sits, the Saints are about $77 million over the cap in 2025. Just right now. Obviously, the cap will increase. That number will go down. We'll see how things pan out. I am here to tell you, though, the path to cap compliance is actually pretty straightforward. And, I don't know if Cam Jordan will retire this offseason. To be totally honest, I don't think he will. Maybe he does, but probably not. But if he retires, you save $11 million. Ryan Ramczyk, I do believe he's going to retire. You save $18 million there. You restructure Derek Carr, or you can cut him as a post-June 1 designation, and you save $30 million right there. Eric McCoy, if you restructure his contract, $5.5 million in savings for a grand total right here, $64.5 million. I mean, look at that. I just saved us $64 million with four people. Not that hard. It's just not. And sure, there's other things you need to do, but I don't think it's going to be this massive issue like everyone blows it up to be this time of the year. And worth noting for Derek Carr, in case he doesn't get cut, in case the injury that he's currently dealing with in his non-throwing hand and concussion protocol. If he cannot pass a physical by March 17th, $30 million gets immediately triggered, and he gets paid that in 2025. So that's something worth noting. Can they get him to not have to do that? I think it's in the best interest for the Saints to at least not risk it, because if you do cut Derek Carr, you can also save $30 million there. So you can either restructure him and save $30 million, you can cut him and save $30 million, or you can just restructure it, or you can just like deal with it and let it play out. I don't think that's what they're going to do. They're going to do one of the two, whether it's restructure or cut him. It's just a matter of which one they're going to go with. And so for me personally, I think the better option is to bring back Derek Carr, restructure it, and then he can get off the books next year for a little bit less, hopefully. However, I do not want you to sit here and play this game of, oh, well, Derek Carr's, we got to get him out of here. We can trade him away. We can do this. We can do that, blah, blah, blah. Like, the best routes for the Saints are either cut him or restructure him. Just plain and simple. It is the easiest. It's the most straight, direct way to save some money around his contract because he has owned a lot of money. So I want you to make the call for me, Who Dat Nation. What would you do? Cut or keep Derek Carr? Get down in the comment section. Share your thoughts. Type C for cut. Type K for keep. This is going to be the pinned comment, so if you get hit with the YouTube ad break, make sure you share your thoughts down in the comment section below. I can't wait to see what you guys have to say. Alrighty, I need some run stoppers, hey Saints fans. I am so damn tired of watching these games week in and week out and never, ever, ever being pleased with how they play against the run. Like, quite frankly, every team has their best running game against the New Orleans Saints, and that's for a good reason. It's because they are dead last in opponents' yards per rush. They're giving up 5 yards per carry. That is dead last in the National Football League. Can't have that. Playoff teams are not dead last in rushing yards per game, or rushing yards per carry, nor rushing yards per game, which the Saints are very low there too. And it's not just running backs. It's not just jet sweeps. It's quarterbacks too. A halfway mobile quarterback is literally the biggest kryptonite for the Saints. Whether he's moving around the pocket and avoiding a sack, whether he's tucking it and taking off and running, the Saints suck against the run. They're terrible against mobile quarterbacks, and they're terrible against quarterbacks when they are on the move. So the Saints need to add some run stoppers. I got some guys here in the draft for you. Let's talk about Mason Graham. I think that he could be an excellent option as a defensive tackle for Michigan. Walter Nolan as well. I think that he could be a really good run stopper coming out of Ole Miss. You can see the PFF grades right below their names, a 91.5 run defense grade. Kenneth Grant, not mentioned on this list, but another option. He's just the overall best defensive tackle, so maybe he's a guy that the Saints explore in the draft. Alfred Collins and Tyleik Williams, both are also really good at stopping the run, according to PFF, and just according to draft experts everywhere. So if you guys want a run stopper in the draft, especially in round 1, here are 5 good options, and I'll give you a 6th in Kenneth Grant. Now, really quick, I want to remind you, it's going to be a very, very busy offseason, so be sure you subscribe so that way you don't miss a thing. A lot of changes coming, whether it's head coach or between the head coach, between potential quarterbacks. QB2 battle between Haener and Rattler. Who's going to be the quarterback of the future? Who do we go and sign in free agency? How do we clear up all this money? There's going to be a lot of stuff happening around the black and gold. So subscribe, that way you don't miss a thing, because we all know ESPN, Pat McAfee, Fox, CBS, NBC, none of those guys are going to talk about the Saints. So I'm here to do that for you. Now, the last thing, I need an improved offensive line, and I honestly don't think the O-line's been all that bad. I genuinely don't think the Saints' offensive line has been terrible. But I do think that it's a position that needs some extra depth, and I think that it needs higher-end depth. And I think that it's a team, or that it's a unit that, quite frankly, could be a lot better. So when it comes down to some draft targets, what about Kelvin Banks or Jake Majors, both players coming out of Texas? Now you can see you have 2 tackles, you have 2 guards, and a center. So basically, I just gave you a rookie offensive line, and you can just pick and choose who you like. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Tate Ratledge, the Saints better freaking draft him. I mean, look at him. That's a football guy if I've ever seen it. The mullet and stash combo as an offensive guard. That right there alone, I don't need to watch a second of his tape. That right there is a Hall of Fame, all-pro, just generational offensive guard. There it is. That's my TED Talk. Will Campbell, obviously, he's going to be a really good football player in the National Football League. He's done some really good things for the LSU Tigers. But, I don't think that the tackles have been all that bad, specifically Taliese Fuaga and Trevor Penning. I think they've actually been pretty impressive. But you can also address the O-line in free agency. You can go Garrett Bowles. You can go Trey Smith. Worth noting, James Daniels. He has a very high PFF score. However, he is dealing with an injury, and he's been out for quite a while dealing with an injury. Drew Dahlman, a center for the Atlanta Falcons. He's been pretty good. I could see Atlanta wanting to bring him back, though. But Ronnie Staley, another offensive tackle that maybe the Saints could look at in terms of bringing in to add to the offensive side of the trenches. And look, all of this comes down to Mickey Loomis. All of this comes down to whether or not Mickey Loomis is going to make the right decisions. So for me, this is my wish list to Mickey. I know some of y'all, you probably said, I want Mickey Loomis gone. I want him fired. So this is your chance. If you haven't sounded off already, do not hold back. What would you do with Mickey Loomis? Would you fire him? Or would you let him stay as the GM of the New Orleans Saints? I think both options are fair. I think both options have a good argument. For me, I just don't see a world where the Saints are going to fire him. I wouldn't mind him having a new role. I wouldn't mind Kai Harley taking over. I think he's a really smart and young and creative and good mind in the sport of football that's evolved a lot since Mickey Loomis has been at his peak. Point being, I'm kind of in the camp of fire Mickey Loomis, but let me know. I want you to let sound off and don't hold back for you. All righty, Saints fans, that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for tuning into the program. No matter where you are or how you're watching, we always appreciate the Who Dat Nation for making us a part of their day. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Get back to the fun. Get back to the festivities. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for our watch party, Sunday, an hour before kickoff. I hope to see you guys there. We're going to be having a lot of fun. It's actually not tomorrow. I'm putting this video out after the live show. So we're going to be live on Sunday for the watch party to celebrate my birthday. I hope to see you guys there. Y'all stay golden. We will see you next time. Booyah. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. All righty. All right. We did get a super chat. We got two. We got two. All righty. Michael and Queen Courtney, I appreciate you. We're going to get your super chats popped up in a moment. People are saying Tyler Warren would be amazing for us to have. I agree. Ben Johnson for head coach from Jason Bound. Dylan is saying fire Mickey Loomis. Duke saying fire Mickey Loomis. Nito says goodbye kick in the ass. Give him a goodbye kick in the ass. Saints Goat says, I think that's my cousin. Oh, no way. Who? Who's your cousin, brother? Kyle, I'm with you on that one. Michael, I think Lattimore will be motivated to be back. I think so as well. Like, Saints traded him away. I don't think there's any bad blood. Like, I don't think that it's like, man, y'all traded me. Go fuck yourselves. I hate you. Like, he's always known business is business. Like, it wasn't a move that people wanted. It's a move that the Saints, quite frankly, needed to do. I do think he's going to be motivated. I think he's going to be excited to be back. So expect a big game from Lockdown Lattimore. We all know that he can, what he's capable of doing. He's probably going to do it to us. All right, Queen Courtney saying need Taysom to stay and draft Warren from Penn State. I do like the idea of getting the Penn State tight end, Tyler Warren, on the roster. I think he's a really, really good football player. In terms of Taysom Hill, Queen Courtney, I hope you don't get upset when I say this. There's no guarantee that Taysom Hill will be available next year, at least for a while, because, I mean, he has a torn ACL, and extra knee damage happened right before December. I mean, that alone is an 8, 9, 10-month recovery. And then you have to get back and be, like, you know, ready to roll. Like, not just like, oh, I can walk again. Like, you have to be able to play NFL football again. And for Taysom Hill, what he does, I mean, I don't want to be a pessimistic fan, but I would be shocked if Taysom Hill came back and was as good as he was and has been. Like, I mean, at the age he's at, not a lot of people at 35 plus years old come back. Yeah, and he's literally just always doing something. Yeah, Kyle, I fear Taysom may retire as well, but that's, you know, money that gets cleared up if he does. So, just saying, it does. Alrighty, Saints fans, we're gonna go ahead and hop on out of here. I appreciate you guys for hanging out, rolling with us. We've had some fun. Saints Coach says draft Tyler Green. I don't know who that is. Tyler Green. I see a baseball player named Tyler Green. Oh, the Dartmouth running back? Is that who you want? The Dartmouth running back? Saints GOAT. Are you? Yes, Kyle. Landon Jackson also would be an excellent pick. High motor, great edge rusher out of Arkansas. The dude is a stud. If you remember the name, it's because he also played at LSU. Taylon Green. Taylon Green. Yeah, Tyler. No, it's Taylon Green. The Arkansas quarterback? Nah. I don't think he's going to the draft. I think he's coming back. Yeah, he's coming back. I don't think he's going to go and get drafted until 2026. So we don't need him. Yeah, I don't want Taylor. I want Arch. Alrighty, we're going to hop on out of here. Saints fans, appreciate you for hanging out with us. Queen Courtney, I will see you later. That would be fun, Queen Courtney. Getting Tyler Warren would be great. Who Dat Nation, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Y'all stay golden. See you next time.